Polly Franks is the executive director of the Franks Foundation, which she created to help protect children from sexual predators after her 2 children were victimized. Polly, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Like 90% of the children in this country who are sexually abused, your children were abused by someone they knew, a family friend, back in 1995. Briefly, what happened to them, and how old were they at the time?
They were ages 8 and 9 at the time. We had a neighbor that we'd been friends with for years, and this was prior to the passage of Megan's Law. We had no idea of his history. He turned out to be a convicted serial rapist from another state, but he was caught committing a sex act in their presence, and so he was arrested, but they just gave him a suspended sentence.
At least 1 out of every, these numbers are scary to me, 1 out of every 4 girls, 1 out of every 6 boys will be sexually abused by the time they are 18. So when you hear this story about J.C. Dugard, it doesn't surprise you, I assume?
Not at all. It's a miracle that she's alive, though. I mean, we can be so grateful for that. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that this guy fell through the cracks again.
See, I think it surprises a lot of other people, though, because he was a registered sex offender. They were checking in on him, the parole officer checking in on him on a regular basis, and yet he was able to get, allegedly, I have to say that, I'm sorry, he has not been found guilty of anything, allegedly got away with this for 18 years. Do you think that's the exception or the norm?
Sadly, I think it's the norm. I think there's just not enough manpower out there, or people just become very blasé. These predators are very good about telling the authorities and the psychiatrists and the parole officers what they want to hear. They know the language. They know what to do.
So what use is the registry then?
It's a very good tool. It's not a catch-all, but it's very good. People should check their registry and find out who's in your neighborhood. And it doesn't matter if you're in a gated community or if you're in a trailer park. You need to check and see who's in your neighborhood.
Okay, so once you have that information, Polly, what are you supposed to do with it? You're not going to go to their door and harass these people?
Absolutely not. Don't become part of the problem. But keep your eye on them. I use the rattlesnake theory. If you see it, don't take your eye off of it, but don't bring it in your house. Don't antagonize. Don't harass. But you need to, if we had had a clue about this man's history, my children would have never gone near him.
Do you think, though, that, just to play devil's advocate here, that it might give some parents a false sense of security, knowing that there are these registries out there?
No, I don't think it needs to give you a false sense of security. I just do think it's an extra layer of protection. It's the old knowledge is power thing. It really is true when you find them, because you cannot tell, Meredith, by looking at them. I wish we could, but we can't.
So if parents want to go and find more information on this, where would you direct them?
Well, there's familywatchdog.us.
And what will that give them?
That's the nationwide sex offender registry.
Okay.
So if you've got relatives throughout the country, you can check on their neighborhoods as well.
All right, Polly Franks, thank you so much.
Thank you.